Daily activities are limited when deployed to a war zone. On some bases, troops enjoy workout facilities, fast food chains, and stores.
While some troops in other areas enjoy nothing more than a tent and a cot. But the military tries to ensure any and every service member who wants to practice the religion can, even while serving in a combat zone.
Back close, center row, rest right, front.
In between all the missions,
Ready, front.
daily activities and briefings,
Let's make sure we do it right by the numbers.
soldiers find time to pause, reflect, and pray.
Thou on earth, both priest and victim.
Father Louis Kaminsky's home church is in Great Bend, Susquehanna County. However, he's currently deployed in Iraq with the National Guard's 109th Infantry Unit.
Father, may we grow in love by the Eucharist we have celebrated.
He carries a Bible instead of a gun and relies on his faith and fellow soldiers to keep him safe.
Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy. We're a family. You know, I'm here with them 24 hours a day. You know, I'm their chaplain, their priest, their minister, their friend, you know, fellow soldier, warrior. Thanks be to God.
He's there when they need a laugh or when they need a prayer. He's Catholic, but he'll serve anyone of any faith.
But as a chaplain, everybody's chaplain. And if I cannot provide, if I cannot perform a service or a ministry to them, I have to find someone to perform that ministry for them.
Oh, it's great. He's a good encouragement for us, and we're not of the same faith, so we have a lot of interesting discussions sometimes, and it makes time go by. It's very enjoyable.
Sergeant Pat Scarful of Old Forge wanted to do something nice to show his appreciation to Father Kaminsky.
I built him an altar. I'll do anything for the guy. He's a good guy.
Beautiful altar.
He really cares about the soldiers, and you know, we care about him too.
Oh, beautiful for spacious skies.
Being a man of God, Father Kaminsky ministers to all, big and small.
Oh, Jake, I gotta tell you about my church mouse that lives under my church can, my little room here, and every once in a while when I'm watching television and having a cigar, he comes out and we feed him a little bit of chips and brownies, so keep those chips and brownies going for my little church mouse.
If there's one thing the 109th is known for here at Al Asad Air Base, it's mail.
We're talking truckload every day almost. And if we don't get a truckload, it's double the next day, so more work, but it's good.
Is a little bit of civilization in an otherwise uncivilized world. Cigars. Cigars. Yes. Oh, and a baseball cap.
I mean, I know one day we had, one aircraft came in and 3/4 of the weight of the aircraft and mail was for this battalion.
On this day, Captain Gordy West is thrilled as he receives a Christmas tree from a church friend. Inside his office hangs a construction paper quilt made by his daughter's classmates at Lakeside Elementary School in Honesdale.
The kids all made flags. They built a quilt and they had their picture in the center. And I just wanted to thank Mrs. Maines and my Emily for this great project, and I hope you have a great holiday season.
Get ready, here it comes.
In a place where time doesn't seem to pass too quickly, each piece of mail helps to keep the soldiers going strong.
The stuff we get from home, from the church groups, the civic organizations, has all been fantastic. The support we've had is second to none. The families back home, I think we get more mail on this post than anybody else combined.
The 92nd Air Force Squadron from Iraq, Baghdad.
Happy holidays from
Happy holidays from
Alpha 109 outside.
In the capital of Iraq, a new democracy is struggling to begin. surrounded by monuments from Saddam's regime. Less than a mile from where the new Iraqi constitution was signed stands Iraq's tomb of the unknown soldier, untouched and protected by both Iraqi police and U.S. troops. Next to it, the Hands of Victory monument. Each blade weighs 24 tons. Below, the helmets of Iranian soldiers said to have been killed in the Iran-Iraq War. It was created in the late 1980s. Saddam wanted it to represent a celebration of what he claimed was a victory over Iran. What's to become of these monuments, no one knows. They sit in the middle of what's called the Green Zone in central Baghdad, where U.S. military forces are based. Not far from here, the former Saddam International Airport, now known as Baghdad International Airport. The terminal and main runway are run by the Iraqis. But across, on the other side of the runway, military operations from around the world are set up in tents. It's here where the 92nd Aerial Port Squadron from Luzerne County are stationed. There's no doubt these Air Force reservists are located in the middle of a war zone.
Oh yeah, it's not too far in the distance. It's only a mile or so away. You can hear the suicide bombers and the explosions and stuff like that, yeah. You can't become complacent, because if you do, you can be vulnerable to explosions at any time. You know, they're all in the area. It can happen at any moment.
Their mission is to move passengers and cargo.
There you go. We move about an average of about 800 people a day here in and out. Could go as low as 500, as high as 1,300 or 1,400, just depending on unit rotations, etc.
Amid the danger and distance from loved ones, little reminders of home keep them going. From the outside, it may be hard to tell it's December, but on the inside, Christmas lights help them enjoy the holiday season. Gifts of joy that have already started to pour in.
We received these letters from Mrs. Jennings' second grade class at Willard Elementary, Scranton, Pennsylvania. What they were was thoughts and wishes for us stationed and deployed over here from Pennsylvania to Iraq. I have a letter here from, he signed it, your friend Jacob. He asks, how are you? Are you okay? Yes, we're okay. It says, thank you for saving our country. Do you fly airplanes and Army tanks? Well, we fly in airplanes, but it's hard to get the Army tanks off the ground. Another letter here from Isabel, and she asked, how am I? I am fine. The rest of the guys here are fine also. She goes on, are we having any trouble over here? Well, now and then there are bad guys around that try and give us trouble, but they're not very successful at it, so everything is fine over here. And I would like to thank Mrs. Jennings for sending these to us over here. It definitely lifted our morale and made us feel like what we're doing over here is worthwhile.
Schools all across our area have adopted units and become pen pals with troops of all branches of the military.
For those serving, the power of the simple phrase thank you means a lot. Little things like a handwritten note and the words of a child can bring big smiles to our men and women serving overseas. We here at WNEP wanted to say thank you as well. So Newswatch 16 and 97.9X
joined forces asking local bands to submit a piece of original material to dedicate to the troops.
This band's Primal Sky. Our soldiers are over there, and this is kind of a way to tie it all in together. We've got our local soldiers over there fighting for our country. We have our local musicians writing music about our soldiers. It just makes perfect sense.
Several bands answered the call and submitted original pieces dedicated to the troops. We chose this song. It's called Destiny. For the men and women who sacrificed their time and family, and to the troops who have given the ultimate sacrifice, we pay tribute.
This goes out to the red, white, and blue. While you're over there fighting, we're praying for you. After September 11th, this world became a scary place. But you're over there fighting for what we believe in. And for that, we thank you. The song is called Destiny. All these hours and all these thoughts, in my